Gotham's always been the origin of the city, but this season it's become more. Something else. The origin of Batman. And with all the villains showing up, you bet your butt I'm watching. Welcome to the heart of the stories we tell. My name is Rob, and tonight I will be reviewing Gotham Episode 2, Season 4, Fear the Reaper. So don't fear the Reaper. Alright, I won't sing. Anyway, with the season going strong, we have a lot to go over, especially with the new Scarecrow out there. Well, the Scarecrow out there. And tonight the insanity of exactly what Bruce has been planning all along has come to a head. And at the same time, well, have you ever heard the phrase, the inmates are in charge of the asylum? Let's just say that could have been a secondary name for tonight's episode. If this is your first time here, I'm trying to build a community where we can study what I call the heart of the stories we tell. The who's, the whys, the hows of the stories we tell. Subscribe now if that sounds cool. As this episode went on, more and more I got the Ra's al Ghul feel. We saw him in the shadows last week, and this week I'm going to go with, could assume his presence. But that goes into a little bit farther than I want to before I throw this up there. So if you haven't seen the episode, watch out, because... So once again, it's stop. Spoiler time. So I guess I'll start with, if you're still with me, Bognard96, is it? Why don't you let me know? How do you feel about having Barbara back? I was pleasantly surprised when I saw her, although again, obviously she has we'll call it a patron. Gotham has increasingly made itself self-aware of the fact that it's just a comic book movie. It's just a comic book show. And as such, has brought many more comic book elements, more craziness in. And like I said, this week, the inmates were in charge of the asylum. So we're going to leave Bruce's insanity aside for a second. And go with this guy's. The inmate that's in charge, the Scarecrow. And they do a really good job at him going kinda nutso. He gasses everyone in the asylum, and it was a little too easy for Jim to just turn on the sprinklers, because, I have a big problem with the way sprinklers work, but at the same time, we got some really great moments, including a Joker reference that I did not see coming. All in all, the Scarecrow was pretty good, except for the fact that, I don't know, were they implying that Leslie did commit suicide? Did I miss something? Because last I knew they were riding off into the sunset together, then this season they haven't mentioned her. And I was really disappointed in her, because as a doctor she should know that's not how you commit suicide. I feel a little cheesy using the joke version of this, but I mean, seriously. Alright, so, the whole deal with Penguin taking over the city has reached its boiling point. And the fact that there are no cops in Gotham City PD already, at this point, that are willing to help Jim, kind of annoys me. I get the whole idea that he's super cop and that Bullock's his friend, but shouldn't there be some cops there that give a damn at least a little? And then we could see them, I don't know, bad things happen to them. Well, Bullock at the end of the episode, of course, pulls his whole, hey, we'd need Falcone. No, not Falcone. Which kind of feels a little redundant and back to where we were last season. Speaking of which, alright, so Barbara's back. Cat and Tabby are going to be working... Tabby, Cat. How did I not see that before? And I have to say, there was part of me that knew when she swung that cleaver she was going to miss the hand. But there was part of me that kept going, wait, is she going to take her hand? And, like I alluded to up top, I kinda get the feeling that this is going to be part of the Ra's al Ghul storyline. However, I do have to say that it also kinda has a Gotham City Sirens vibe to it. Even if they didn't let Pamela Ivy come out and play. Now, as for Ivy and the whole, I'm going to take a magic potion thing that's going to affect me, I guess that's going to be part of how they make her more tough and more gruff. Because so far in Gotham, she's been kind of a lightweight. And then, of course, there's Bruce. Like I said up top also, Roz is watching, but the fact that he already let people see his face and those people realize that his face might be someone famous and they're going to remember it is going to come back to haunt him very shortly, I'm sure. But we finally get to the point where, point blank, Batman was born tonight. When that suitcase was opened up and Lucius said, for more rock climbing, I was all like, oh yeah, now that's a proto-bat suit. even though I'm still not too keen on the mask that I still feel has something to be desired. I do like the communication equipment, and I loved the way he was running and jumping, and Alfred was kind of helping him out from the car. And of course, next week, we already see that we're going to see him more in action. And the preview has a scene that really makes me wonder how things are going to go with them. Next week's main plot, no doubt, will be all about Falcone and Gordon. But what about the romance? Hey, can't you two just go see a movie like other teenagers? Bruce's kryptonite has always been more like catnip. And let's be honest, when Alfred tells him, "I won't let you get in danger for a petty thief," I think he's going to have some words and disobey again. At least that's my guess. What did you think of tonight's episode? Let me know down in the comment section. And then, as always, do me a favor and hit that like button and share this video with your friends and family. Let them know that I'm trying to build up a community and that I'd love to let them hear my insane ramblings. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button and enable alerts, because this community is all about telling the hows and whys of storytelling. Right now I'm just reviewing these episodes, but sooner or later I'm going to have to dive deep into exactly what the themes and symbolism of the season is. And when I do, you're going to want to be here. But either way, I'd like to thank you for listening and walking with me through the heart of the stories we tell. Have a good night.